the very black, dark man, Martins Ose. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Mr. You can never be me.
Right, I can see that you do your research very well. Let's just jump right into it. In the last 3 months, you have just sort of become this enigma, and even when people don't follow you, they'll definitely see you on their timeline because you're constantly commenting on a particular issue. Why do you care so much?
Okay, first of all, before I answer, to the people criticizing me and my singlets, because since I started talking online, people pick on me for my singlets. I want you to know that my singlets go to national TV before you. Thank you very much. All right, so please, can you repeat the question? Thank you.
The question is, why do you care so much about certain societal issues? Why do you lend your voice?
Well, I care because, first of all, it is my duty as a Nigerian to not leave the whole responsibility for the government to fix, to also try my own possible best in order to make Nigeria a better place for not just me, also for my future. So that is why I try so hard to give my opinion about a lot of things.
So you came into limelight because you were running commentary on a particular issue that involved a particular skincare brand, and of course, eventually other skincare brands. This individual said that the skincare brand hurt and destroyed her skin, and only to come out to apologize much later to this particular skincare brand. How did that make you feel, knowing that even the people that you were fighting for, the individual that you were fighting for, made a U-turn?
Well, at the end of the day, I didn't feel really bad, first of all, because it was not really about that particular person. It was about the general public, However, the person made me go into the whole thing, But since when the person said, "Oh, apologize," when the person was supposed to also join me to stand up for what is right, at the end of the day, you understand, something like this is people. It's not everybody that have the mindset. It's not everybody that have the courage to actually stand up for what is right. So immediately the person just said, "Oh, I'm apologizing. I don't want to." I just said, "Okay." But I didn't really feel pain because it's about the general public at the end of the day.
All right. Like I said, you lend your voice to a lot of issues. I want to tackle those issues in particular. Now, there was a particular video that you made. You were reacting to what Toke Makinwa and Bobrisky said about, women and how they should deal with married men. Why did you take up that particular matter?
Well, first of all, I took up that particular matter because this generation are obsessed with a lot of celebrities, and then they don't think for themselves. So when those two people were giving the advice, I was like, wait, what? There are some people that are not even meant to be on television. I'm sorry to say, no offense. But then again, it's the society we live in today that encourages people like that. So when I heard it, I knew a lot of people were going to take this advice. That was why I quickly reacted to it, because, like I said, it's about the general public and for the future. You understand? Because if we start taking advice from everybody that is on TV, trust me, tomorrow we won't have it tomorrow. At the end of the day, don't play.
All right, very dark man. You are beginning to redefine what social consciousness is all about. How far are you willing to go? Because, from the trajectory that we've seen, sometimes people start off really strong and it looks like they lose steam along the way. How far are you willing to take this activism?
Well, I'm going to be staying long because everything they would use to come for me, I've already put it out there. I told them I am coming with a tarnished image, like literally everything. I told them I am broke, I don't have money, I'm not a rich person, so they cannot broke shame me. I've told them a lot of things about my life that they cannot even use to attack me. So basically, I prepared myself mentally for them. So all the lash, blah, 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 blah. When I hear them, I'm like, oh, well, I've already told you people I'm broke, you know, because in Nigeria, what they do is, in order to bring down your mentality and to bring down your morale for fighting, they will say, no go find money, your mates, they find money, no go find money. So the first thing they do is to broke shame you, you know, so that's why I came. And then sometimes I even show my one-room apartment where I stay. I show them everything. I'm like, oh, yes, I'm broke. So what else? You know, but then again, they'll still come with something like, you talk too much, you talk too much, you talk too much. Now, one thing I will say is, I realize I'm doing something right when they cannot pin anything on me other than, you talk too much. Do you understand? So that's it. This thing will still be there for a very long time.
Now, can you take me through your investigation process? So before you take up a particular matter, because most often than not, you bring out receipts. So can you take me through your investigation process? How far do you go to actually discover whether this particular individual or this particular brand is doing something they're not supposed to be doing? How far do you take your investigations?
Scopre il mondo e cresce davanti.
Well, if I tell you, a lot of them will be cautious. So it will really mess up my investigation when I actually have the target, you know, because I really go, when I mean I go deep, I really go deep on the person, and I take my time for like 2 or 3 days. I will go like maybe like 2 a.m. when everybody's sleeping. I'll start searching and asking and doing this one. Go to social media and everywhere to make sure I get what I want. Google. I will even Google sometimes, use YouTube, you know, to actually pin my target and to be able to bring that receipt. So I don't fumble. But I can't tell you all about how I do my investigation. Else, my meat will leave the hunter's trap.
All right, let's talk about the influencer culture. Most often than not, we've seen you call out certain celebrities for quote unquote misleading their followers, you know, and misusing their influence. How important is it for people to actually do their due diligence before buying a product or engaging in a particular service, as opposed to just believing what a celebrity says?
First of all, you know, this Nigeria, sometimes when I look at the list of people that are called celebrities, I ask myself that, is a celebrity supposed to mean somebody that is celebrate? Like, what is about this person that people celebrate? And then you look at the person's followers list, you be like, this person like this, where they do shake, and I get all this amount of followers, you know? So, but then again, talking about how to really tackle the problem, I didn't get the question well, but I'll just flow with it.
I mean,
one thing I would say is, I always say this thing. I said, okay, go on. Please, let me hear the question again, please. Thank you.
The question is, for the individual that wants to patronize a particular service or wants to buy a particular product, how would you tell that individual to do their due diligence in terms of conducting research, or what steps are they supposed to take to confirm the authenticity of the product, as opposed to just believing the word of mouth of a particular celebrity?
Okay, so let me start with skincare, because skincare is like the main one. For skincare, first of all, the NAFDAC number. You have to make sure the NAFDAC number is on the product. However, NAFDAC number does not entirely mean that the product is good, but it means that the right authorities have actually checked the content of the product. Secondly, some people can actually use a fake NAFDAC product on their brand, but the way you catch them to know that the product is fake or not fake, check the list, like the ingredient that is used to make the product. Most of them don't put the ingredient that they use in making the product because they themselves don't actually know the ingredients in the product. Some Olodo people will just mix things, but you know, Nigerians don't really care. Nigerians they take words, they take advert from mouth, you know. They take advert from mouth, they'll be like, oh, now this thing, now they make me glow. Oh, now this thing, now they make me glow. You know, that's the only thing they check. Not knowing that, okay, if you have to do your own personal research, because then again, these people don't list out the ingredients in the products. You, where you won't go use the product. Do you understand? You where won't go use the product. There are some things that you need to read so that you know if this thing that you are reading is okay for your own skin. But again, Nigerians take words from mouth. That is why most of them are really like buying what the celebrities are telling them, knowing fully well, because I am pretty certain, I've done my research on some celebrities, the product they advertise, they don't use them, but that's their business. I am not against them advertising, but you see, for skincare that people use, skincare especially because of skin cancer, kidney problems. Come on, man, you should be authentic to advertise things like that. That's all. So the measures are: look for the NAFDAC number, check for the ingredients. There you go.